Hey, I'm going to be talking to you about how to work the problem number 36, and I'm going to read that to you. It says this graph shows time and distance traveled for two objects, and it looks like we've got object number 1 represented by this line and object number 2 represented by this line. And I notice that my x-axis is given in time and my y-axis is giving me feet for the distance. So it looks like with my question, which statement is true, I need to do a comparison of what each one of these objects is doing, distance versus time. So a way that I can figure that out with a numerical value is to get a rate. And I can go through and find where this line crosses at a corner of one of these boxes. For example, I could go right here and say, hey, let's look at that point and let's write it down as an x and a y. So that point looks like to me it is 10 over 10 up 15. Okay, so that would be object number 1. Then I could do the same thing for object number 2. I'm going to find where that line crosses at a corner, maybe right here, and I'm going to write that ordered pair down, which would be over 15 up 10. So the way that I can go through and get a comparison is to look at those rates. And remember, a way that you can get a rate is to think about the constant of proportionality, because it's a direct variation. Remember, you can take the y value and divide by x on both of those. So right here, I would take the y value and divide it by x. So that's 15 over 10, and that reduces to divide by 5. That would give me 3 over 2. Same thing over here. I can take the y and divide by x, so that'd be 10 over 15, and that reduces to 2 over 3. So now I have the rates. For object 1, its rate is going up 3 feet for every 2 minutes. This one is going up 2 feet every 3 minutes. So then I would need to go through and pick which one of these actually describes that change. So I'd have to go through and maybe subtract those values. You know, this is calculator active, and really what happens is D is the description, because it says object 1 travels 5/6 of a foot more per minute than object 2. So what that means is you could go through and write each one of these descriptions out. 3 over 2, object 1 is 3 over 2.